Machu Picchu is one of the most impressive living testaments to the Inca civilization. Its beauty and mystery captivate everyone who sees it, but what most people don't realize is that around 60% of this incredible site lies hidden underground. Even today, when visitors walk among the stone terraces and temples, much of the ancient city remains buried, waiting to reveal its secrets. Nestled high in the Peruvian Andes, Machu Picchu has long been a place of fascination, attracting explorers, historians, and tourists from around the world. For over a century, many believed that most of its secrets had already been uncovered, yet recent discoveries are showing us just how much of it remains hidden. Deep within the mountains, researchers recently stumbled upon something that had been concealed for hundreds of years. Hidden beneath layers of stone and dense jungle, they found a chamber filled with metals, including gold, silver, and other artifacts. The chamber had remained untouched, silent, and concealed from the world, a treasure waiting for modern eyes. What was found inside is challenging everything historians thought they knew about Machu Picchu, opening a whole new chapter in the story of this extraordinary site. It raises questions about what counts as part of Machu Picchu, what structures were built first, and what purposes they served. Most people think of Machu Picchu as the iconic view often seen in travel brochures, a cluster of stone terraces perched on a mountain ridge. This well-known citadel is only a small part of the overall site, which extends over 125 square miles. Beyond the famous terraces, there is a vast sanctuary filled with temples, water channels, and hidden paths that remain largely unexplored. The jungle has swallowed many of these areas over the centuries, hiding structures under thick vegetation. Even today, archaeologists believe that large portions of Machu Picchu have not yet been identified or studied. The Inca, the people who built Machu Picchu, were one of the most advanced civilizations in pre-Columbian South America. At its height, the Inca Empire stretched across modern-day Peru, Bolivia, Ecuador, and parts of Chile and Argentina. The Inca were exceptional engineers and builders, constructing massive road systems, agricultural terraces, and stone cities, all without the benefit of modern machinery. Their skill in stonework, known as ashlar masonry, is particularly remarkable. Stones were carefully shaped and fitted together so perfectly that they have survived centuries of earthquakes and harsh weather. This precision allowed the Inca to control a vast territory, linking communities across difficult terrain. Machu Picchu itself was both practical and spiritual, serving as a royal estate, an agricultural hub, and a sacred place for religious ceremonies. Nobles lived there, and terraces and storage areas were used to support both daily life and ritual activities. The site also served as a spiritual center where the Inca performed ceremonies to honor their gods and connect with natural forces like the mountains, rivers, and skies. Beyond the famous citadel, the surrounding area contains a network of temples, terraces, and ancient trails that once connected different parts of the sanctuary. Over the centuries, thick jungle grew over buildings and roads, concealing them completely. Many areas of the site remain hidden because of the remote location and strict preservation rules. The sanctuary is surrounded by dangerous cliffs, fast-moving rivers, and dense forests, making exploration extremely difficult. Researchers focused primarily on the well-known citadel, which was more accessible and already famous, while the surrounding areas were left largely untouched. Conservation laws further limited excavation to protect the fragile ruins from damage. This combination of natural and human barriers preserved many parts of Machu Picchu in secrecy, fueling myths and stories about secret temples, hidden tombs, and chambers waiting to be discovered. Some areas beyond the main citadel have recently gained attention. Chalchabamba, several miles away, contains intricate stone channels and ceremonial baths, while Huayna Picchu, the towering peak behind the citadel, holds mysterious caves and temples, including the Temple of the Moon. These places were long overlooked because reaching them required dangerous climbs or risky river crossings. Even when explorers knew of their existence, they lacked the tools to study them properly. That began to change with the introduction of modern mapping technology, which allowed researchers to see through the dense jungle and uncover structures that had been invisible for centuries, revealing a much larger and more complex Machu Picchu than anyone had imagined. One of the most important tools in this discovery is LiDAR technology. LiDAR, which stands for light detection and ranging, is a mapping tool that uses laser pulses from drones or small aircraft to create three-dimensional images of the ground below. The technology is capable of penetrating dense jungle canopies, allowing researchers to detect structures hidden under thick vegetation. Drones and aircraft fly over the forest, sending thousands of laser pulses per second through gaps in the leaves. These pulses bounce off the ground and return to the sensors, creating an incredibly precise three-dimensional map. When the first LiDAR scans were processed, researchers were astonished. Straight lines and flat rectangular shapes appeared, indicating foundations, terraces, and platforms that had been invisible from the ground. Some of the most shocking discoveries were at Chabamba, which had previously appeared to be little more than an overgrown clearing. LiDAR scans revealed it to be a complex ceremonial center, with hidden chambers, stone channels, and carefully engineered terraces laid out with remarkable precision. As more scans were processed, other hidden structures appeared in areas that had never been studied, including platforms for ceremonies and clusters of niches that may have held sacred objects or symbols. These discoveries revealed that Machu Picchu was far larger and more complex than anyone had imagined, with parts of the sanctuary still waiting to be explored. These technological advances also allowed researchers to reconsider the timeline of Machu Picchu's construction. For many years, historians relied on Spanish colonial chronicles written decades after the conquest. These documents attributed the building of Machu Picchu to Pakuti Inca Yupanqui in the mid-1400s, portraying it as a royal estate and ceremonial retreat constructed late in the empire's history. However, the chronicles were based on memory and hearsay, often influenced by political motives, and had never been verified with scientific evidence. To establish a more accurate timeline, archaeologists collected tiny organic samples from sealed layers of the site, including charcoal from ancient fires, plant fibers, and other material left behind during construction and use. Using radiocarbon dating and advanced techniques like accelerator mass spectrometry, scientists were able to determine the age of these materials with remarkable precision. They carefully calibrated the results with tree ring data to match real calendar years, ensuring accuracy. The findings were extraordinary. Some structures at Machu Picchu were already in use as early as the 1420s and 1430s, decades earlier than previously believed. This showed that Machu Picchu was not a late addition to the Inca Empire, but an active and significant site long before Pakuti reached the height of his power. The results were peer-reviewed and published, giving them credibility within the scientific community. This new timeline changes the way we think about Machu Picchu. If the site began earlier than previously believed, its original purpose may not have been as a private royal retreat. Instead, it could have been part of a larger religious and ceremonial landscape, with spiritual significance from the very beginning. It also highlights the limitations of relying solely on historical writings, which reflect narrow perspectives and incomplete knowledge. Scientific dating provides a timeline based on physical evidence preserved in sealed layers, offering a much more reliable view of the site's history. Even with these breakthroughs, many questions remain. Radiocarbon dating can show when structures were built or when materials were used, but it cannot reveal who ordered the construction or the exact purpose of each area. It does, however, provide clear evidence that Machu Picchu was active earlier than anyone had imagined. The site's construction, hidden chambers, intricate terraces, and ceremonial platforms suggest that it was a center of complex social, spiritual, and political activity. With each discovery, our understanding of the Inca civilization deepens, revealing a people who were not only skilled engineers and architects but also deeply connected to their environment and spirituality. The hidden treasures recently discovered, including gold and silver artifacts in chambers buried for centuries, show the Incas' wealth and craftsmanship. These finds help explain why Machu Picchu held such importance, both practically and symbolically. Beyond the metal objects, the complex system of terraces, water channels, and temples demonstrates advanced planning and engineering skills that allowed the Inca to thrive in the challenging mountainous terrain. The terraces controlled erosion, preserved fertile soil, and supported agriculture, while water channels ensured a reliable supply of fresh water, both for daily use and ritual purposes. Every aspect of Machu Picchu reflects careful thought, design, and knowledge of the natural landscape. The scale of Machu Picchu, hidden in plain sight beneath the jungle canopy, is staggering. Modern technology is only beginning to reveal the full extent of the site, and it is likely that much more remains undiscovered. Archaeologists now believe that entire districts, ceremonial complexes, and residential areas may still be buried beneath vegetation or under layers of soil and stone. Each discovery provides new insights into how the Inca lived, worshipped, and governed their empire. The connection between Machu Picchu and other Inca settlements also becomes clearer as hidden trails, roads, and communication networks are mapped, showing that this was not an isolated site but part of a sophisticated system linking communities across the Andes. Machu Picchu's mysteries have fascinated historians, scientists, and travelers for generations, and the recent discoveries only deepen that fascination. The site is more than a collection of stone terraces and temples. It is a window into a lost world, a living testament to the ingenuity, spirituality, and culture of the Inca. As research continues, our understanding of Machu Picchu will continue to evolve, revealing stories that have remained hidden for centuries. Every stone, every terrace, and every buried chamber has a story to tell, offering insight into one of the greatest civilizations the world has ever known. With the help of modern technology and scientific analysis, we are finally beginning to uncover the full story of Machu Picchu, piece by piece, and it is more breathtaking than anyone could have imagined. The combination of natural beauty, architectural brilliance, and hidden treasures makes Machu Picchu a site unlike any other, a true marvel of human history, engineering, and culture that continues to inspire awe, curiosity, and wonder across the globe. This ongoing exploration shows that Machu Picchu is not just a monument of the past but a living puzzle, constantly revealing new secrets that challenge our understanding of history. From hidden ceremonial chambers to previously unknown terraces and platforms, each discovery reshapes the story of the Inca civilization. As researchers continue to map and study the site, new technology may uncover even more hidden structures, offering further insights into the Incas' spiritual beliefs, engineering expertise, and social organization. The mystery of Machu Picchu is far from solved, and every new find deepens our appreciation for the complexity, beauty, and ingenuity of the Inca people, who created a city that has endured for centuries and continues to captivate the world today. Machu Picchu is more than just a tourist destination, it is a living testament to human creativity, resilience, and the ability to thrive in harmony with nature. Its discovery and ongoing exploration remind us that history is not fixed but constantly evolving, shaped by new evidence, fresh perspectives, and advances in technology. By uncovering the secrets hidden beneath the jungle canopy and the layers of time, researchers are allowing us to see Machu Picchu as the Inca once did, a sacred, practical, and vibrant place full of meaning, life, and wonder. Each new finding is a reminder that even centuries-old civilizations can continue to teach us about the world, human ingenuity, and the deep connections between people, culture, and the natural environment. The story of Machu Picchu, with its hidden chambers, advanced engineering, and spiritual significance, continues to unfold. As we explore it further, we not only learn about the Inca but also gain a deeper understanding of human potential, creativity, and the enduring power of culture and tradition. Every discovery, from LiDAR scans revealing buried terraces to radiocarbon dating rewriting timelines, brings us closer to comprehending the scale, sophistication, and purpose of this extraordinary site. Machu Picchu remains a symbol of the Inca civilization's brilliance and a source of inspiration for future generations, showing us that the past still holds countless secrets waiting to be discovered, studied, and appreciated for the wonders they truly are. Machu Picchu's story is far from complete, and the mysteries it holds continue to inspire researchers and adventurers alike. With each new technological breakthrough, we are peeling back the layers of time, revealing structures, artifacts, and landscapes that were hidden for centuries. These discoveries not only reshape our understanding of the Inca Empire but also remind us of the resilience and ingenuity of human beings throughout history. Machu Picchu is a place where the past comes alive, where every stone and every path tells a story, and where the ingenuity of a remarkable civilization continues to inspire awe, curiosity, and respect. As research progresses, the potential for further discoveries remains immense. Scholars hope to uncover more about the daily life of the Inca, their religious practices, and the ways in which Machu Picchu was integrated into the broader network of settlements and roads across the Andes. The combination of traditional archaeology, modern technology, and careful preservation ensures that each new finding is documented and protected, allowing future generations to continue learning from this remarkable site. Machu Picchu is not just a relic of the past, it is a dynamic testament to the creativity, skill, and vision of the Inca, offering lessons that are still relevant today in engineering, agriculture, and sustainable living. In conclusion, Machu Picchu is a masterpiece of human achievement, a place where the beauty of nature meets the brilliance of human ingenuity. Its hidden chambers, terraces, temples, and artifacts continue to amaze and surprise us, offering new insights into the Inca civilization. Modern technology and scientific analysis are rewriting the story of Machu Picchu, showing us that it is far older and more complex than previously thought. Each discovery challenges our assumptions, deepens our understanding, and reminds us that history is an ongoing exploration, full of mysteries waiting to be uncovered. Machu Picchu stands as a symbol of the enduring power of culture, creativity, and human curiosity, a place where the past and present meet in a breathtaking testament to one of the greatest civilizations in history. The journey to understand Machu Picchu is far from over. With every scan, every excavation, and every scientific test, we are uncovering a richer, more detailed story of the Inca, their achievements, and their connection to the natural world. The discoveries so far have already challenged long-held beliefs, showing that Machu Picchu was active earlier than anyone imagined and that it was a complex, multi-purpose site with spiritual, practical, and social significance. As we continue to explore, we can expect even more revelations, each adding depth and nuance to our understanding of this extraordinary city. Machu Picchu is not only a window into the past but also an inspiration for the present and future, reminding us of the remarkable capabilities of human civilization and the timeless beauty of ingenuity, culture, and respect for the natural world. Machu Picchu is, without a doubt, one of the most extraordinary achievements of the Inca civilization. From its hidden chambers filled with precious metals to its vast network of terraces, temples, and water systems, it reflects the advanced knowledge, artistic vision, and spiritual depth of its creators. The site continues to reveal its secrets slowly, layer by layer, thanks to modern technology, careful archaeological methods, and scientific analysis. Each new discovery adds to our understanding of the Inca people, their way of life, and their extraordinary ability to adapt to and thrive in the challenging Andean environment. Machu Picchu remains a source of wonder, inspiration, and knowledge, standing as a timeless testament to one of the greatest civilizations in human history, and reminding us that even ancient sites still have secrets waiting to be discovered. In the end, Machu Picchu stands as a timeless symbol of human achievement. Its construction, hidden treasures, terraces, temples, and ceremonial platforms reveal a civilization that mastered engineering, art, and spirituality in one extraordinary package. The discoveries of the past few decades have transformed our understanding of this remarkable site, showing us that it is far larger, older, and more complex than previously believed. As research continues, we are gradually uncovering the full story of Machu Picchu, gaining insight into the Inca civilization and their profound connection with nature, spirituality, and human ingenuity. Machu Picchu remains a source of inspiration, wonder, and knowledge, a place where the past comes alive and continues to teach and amaze people across the world. Some researchers now suggest that Machu Picchu may have started as a site for religious pilgrimages and ceremonial gatherings long before it became linked to royal authority. Others think that the royal and spiritual functions may have existed side by side from the very beginning. These new ideas have completely changed how historians and archaeologists understand Machu Picchu. Realizing that the site was active far earlier than previously believed made areas still hidden under the jungle even more significant. It was no longer enough to study maps or aerial scans. To truly understand why Machu Picchu was built and how it was used, archaeologists decided to physically explore the hidden chambers detected through advanced scanning technology. They knew it would be difficult. The terrain was rough, the structures fragile, and some areas were extremely risky to reach. Despite these challenges, they were determined to uncover what had been sealed away for centuries. When the team finally entered one of the newly discovered areas, they immediately sensed that they were stepping into a space untouched for a very long time. According to early reports, which have not yet been officially confirmed, This part of Machu Picchu had been sealed for hundreds of years. The first thing they noticed was the air. It was heavy, damp, and musty, carrying the scent of centuries of being undisturbed. The walls were covered with roots and vines pushing through tiny cracks, showing how nature had slowly tried to reclaim the space. The ground was uneven, and every step had to be taken carefully. Archaeologists later described the feeling as strange and unsettling, as if they were walking directly into the past. As their lights moved across the walls, they could see the extraordinary skill of the Inca builders. The stones were carefully shaped and fitted together, indicating that this space was not ordinary but likely built for ceremonial or spiritual purposes. The first major feature they discovered was a series of stone basins carved from solid rock. Each basin was connected to the next in a way that allowed water to flow from the top down through the series in a controlled pattern. Researchers believe this design was intentional and likely used for purification rituals. In these ceremonies, participants may have washed themselves or sacred objects before taking part in other important events. Early reports suggest that these areas may have been restricted to a small group, such as priests or royal attendants. The remote location supports the idea that this was a private, highly protected space. Deeper inside, archaeologists found flat, smooth stones that appeared to be altars. Some of these stones had grooves cut into their surfaces, the purpose of which is still debated. Some believe the grooves directed liquids such as water or ritual offerings during ceremonies. Along the walls were rows of carved niches. They were empty, but their shape suggests they once held sacred objects, tools, or symbolic items. Since nothing remains, it is hard to know exactly what was stored there. Some speculate that the Inca removed these items before leaving the site, while others think they may have decayed over time if they were made from wood, cloth, or other perishable materials. Perhaps the most surprising discovery was found below the visible floors, a complex system of narrow channels built to guide water through the space and toward a nearby river. This was not a simple drainage system. The channels show that the Inca understood hydrology deeply, carefully planning the flow of water through multiple levels. In their culture, water was sacred, representing life, renewal, and a connection to the spiritual world. The channels likely played a central role in rituals, blending practical engineering with religious practice. This discovery challenged long-held beliefs about Machu Picchu. For decades, historians thought of it primarily as a royal retreat, a place where the Inca elite came to rest away from the empire's demands. The hidden chambers suggest a broader role. Machu Picchu was likely part of a network of sacred spaces where spiritual ceremonies were performed. Water was central to these rituals, which may have included purification, offerings, and symbolic acts linking people to the mountains and gods. There were no treasures of gold or silver, no royal mummies or glittering artifacts. What was found, however, was more valuable in a different sense. The precise engineering and attention to detail revealed how the Inca combined practical needs with spiritual beliefs. Every stone had both a functional and sacred purpose. Even with these discoveries, many questions remain. If one hidden chamber existed for centuries without being found, there could be others still sealed behind walls or buried beneath the ground. In the 2000s, a sensational story began circulating through travel blogs and media. Guides whispered about a mysterious sealed doorway deep in the citadel, near the Temple of the Three Windows, a sacred structure aligned with the rising sun. Independent researchers claimed to have found hollow spaces behind a wall using ground-penetrating radar. To the public, this seemed to confirm a hidden chamber, possibly containing the tomb of the legendary Inca ruler Pachacuti, along with mummies or treasures. Travel magazines, TV shows, and social media fueled the excitement, making it seem like the world was on the verge of one of the greatest archaeological discoveries ever. However, archaeologists warned that the evidence was far from conclusive. Ground-penetrating radar does not take pictures but instead sends signals into the ground and measures how they bounce back. Interpreting these signals is difficult, and natural cracks or spaces left for drainage can appear as empty rooms. What looked like a chamber might be an illusion. When Peruvian authorities and UNESCO reviewed the claims, they raised serious concerns. Excavation plans involved drilling or removing stones from original walls, But Inca structures were built with precisely interlocking stones without mortar. Even a small disturbance could destabilize the citadel. Officials decided not to open the wall, emphasizing preservation over exploration. Without absolute proof of what lay behind it and no safe method to reach it, the structure would remain untouched. Researchers were encouraged to continue studying it with non-invasive methods like advanced radar, 3D scanning, and careful monitoring. This decision frustrated the public, eager for a dramatic reveal, and disappointed some researchers convinced that something extraordinary was hidden. However, many archaeologists defended it, warning that careless excavation could damage not just Machu Picchu but other heritage sites around the world. Today, the doorway remains sealed. The story persists, and tourists still ask guides about it. For those interested in real interior sacred spaces, there are documented examples. A challenging climb up Machu Picchu leads to a cave temple with carved niches and intricate stonework. This site shows how the Inca transformed the inside of a mountain for religious purposes. Unlike rumors of hidden chambers, this temple is real and accessible, giving a clear picture of what might exist in Machu Picchu's undiscovered areas without endangering the sanctuary. Machu Picchu is famous for its narrow trails and panoramic views, but it also contains one of the most intriguing ceremonial structures in the sanctuary, the Temple of the Moon, also called the Grand Cave. Situated within a natural cave, the Inca carefully shaped and reinforced it. Archaeologists and rangers have studied it for decades, and its features are visible without advanced scanning. Visitors follow a trail from Machu Picchu's summit to a ledge halfway up the mountain, where the cave opens into a space that combines natural rock with precise Inca stonework. This is a place that can be seen and explored directly, providing a reliable reference for understanding interior spaces built by the Inca. Inside the cave, the architecture reflects careful planning. The walls are made of closely fitted stones, showing the Inca skill in building stable structures without mortar. The space is divided into zones, with carved niches along the walls to hold offerings or ceremonial items. Flat platforms, some low to the ground, suggest places where objects were placed or rituals conducted. A carved stone bench runs along part of the cave, likely used during ceremonies. Steps connect different levels, guiding movement from outer areas to deeper sections. The layout directs both people and offerings through the space, showing intentional planning. Evidence like soot residue suggests that fires or incense were used, while acoustics may have amplified voices during chants or prayers. Certain openings frame nearby mountains and valleys, indicating a symbolic link between the cave and the surrounding sacred landscape, consistent with the Inca view of mountains and caves as living spiritual elements. The construction itself shows remarkable engineering skill. Stones were cut to match the cave's irregular shape, transferring weight safely to surrounding rock. Drainage paths prevent water damage. Outside, a small terrace likely served as a gathering or preparation area. This controlled access mirrors other ceremonial Inca sites, preserving sanctity and order. Studying this cave also highlights why caution is necessary when exploring other potential voids. The balance of stones is delicate. Removing even one block could destabilize the structure or change water flow, causing irreversible damage. Officials insist on non-invasive methods and extreme care to prevent such risks. These discoveries reveal both the spiritual depth and engineering brilliance of the Inca civilization. Machu Picchu's story is not about lost treasure or secret tombs but about a society deeply connected to the natural world, blending stone, water, and ritual. Newly mapped spaces, the revised timeline, and ongoing mysteries show that the sanctuary is far larger and more complex than previously thought. The hidden chambers, ceremonial caves, and advanced water systems reflect a culture that harmonized practical needs with spiritual beliefs, demonstrating remarkable insight, planning, and devotion. There may still be undiscovered rooms, temples, or pathways beneath the jungle, waiting silently to reveal more about a civilization that respected the mountains, rivers, and skies, embedding their sacred worldview directly into the stone and terrain of one of the most remarkable sites on Earth. Machu Picchu remains a place of wonder, mystery, and profound human achievement, where every discovery teaches us more about how the Inca lived, worshipped, and shaped the world around them, blending innovation, spirituality, and artistry into a landscape that continues to inspire and captivate imaginations across the globe. It is a testament to the enduring legacy of a civilization that mastered both the practical and the spiritual, leaving behind a sanctuary that continues to challenge, intrigue, and inspire.